So my dad actually came down last night, which was a lovely. I did plan to watch a film and to have some snacks and stuff, but he wasn't hungry when he got here, and then we just chatted for like 4 hours straight. But I told him I had a couple of jobs in the garden, and he did most of them before I even got up, which is nice. So I didn't get up before, but all of these big thick thorns were growing over the roof again, and the one was stuck underneath. So he's cut them down, and I'm going to put a load of weed killer at the back to hopefully keep them at bay. Just left. I'm just looking at his handiwork in the garden. I can't believe how fast this thing grows. Look at all these like new lighter green leaves that are all over, and look at how tall it's got already. That's literally like less than 2 weeks. Crazy. But he has managed to cut down all of the thorns at top of the roof and then at the back behind my fence and down the side of the garage. I'm going to go and pour some Weedle on it in the hopes that they stay away, but neither of us are super convinced that's going to happen. Don't really know what to do back there. I've never really shown that area, but I have like an extra 1.5 meters, 2 meters of space that's like my property, but for some reason the previous owners put a fence up in front of the property boundary, which is obviously a little annoying. And then I'll go show at the front of the house, but all this and more has come off my flamingo bush at the front. Unfortunately, my garden waste bin is currently absolutely chock full, so that's getting collected on Monday, I think. So only like 2 more days, and then I'll put all this in there and tidy up a little bit more. This is literally just from the rubbish behind and on top of my garage. It's full wheelie bin. I am absolutely shattered, so I think I'm just gonna go and get my pajamas on and get ready for bed. So we've pretty much decided that this tree, for some reason, this flamingo bush is dead, but this one's alive. So he's cut this one right back in hopes that this one will then grow this way a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna cut all these back and get rid of all these dead ones, I think. But now it's all over the floor. This fern I want digging up, but I don't have a shovel and he forgot his shovel. And then there's like sticks and twigs all over the lawn that I need to pick up before I can mow it, otherwise, for obvious reasons, it will damage my new lawnmower. In other news though, these are some of the seeds that I planted and they're growing. And then this is a plant from last year that's coming back, which is nice. And then I need to start weeding this. This one was my rhubarb and custard that's lasted the last 3 years, and I thought it would come back this year, but it doesn't look like it's going to be coming back, so I think I'll dig that up and put something else there as well. I am back in my pyjamas. I just love being in my pyjamas, in my comfy clothes. I normally would go downstairs, but I've actually got a really bad headache. So I think I'm just going to lie down and take it easy for a couple of hours, watch some of The Handmaid's Tale again. I'm on season 3 now, absolutely loving it. I just love the show. I think it's a really interesting premise, and I think the acting is actually really, really good, which makes a change from some of the more recent things that have come out. And then obviously I'm trying to catch up with it ahead of watching the final season, which is actually out now, but I want to wait to watch it all in one go. But yeah, that's my plans for the rest of the night. I do need to go to the garage and get out one of my meals ready for tomorrow. But other than that, I'm just going to have a chill evening, I think. So I have had a study day today, and very annoyingly we waited half an hour for 2 different buses. Both of them were full. And so I ended up getting a Uber back to my car at the Park and Ride, which is really frustrating because that's like £7 down the drain. I did share it with a colleague and he has offered to pay, but obviously it was a bit difficult because we don't really know each other that well. But I thought, because it's lovely weather, I'll head home, have some food in the garden, and I was like, I'll call at Asda and get something nice. But then someone mentioned pizza. I haven't had Domino's yet this year, and I thought I am going to get Domino's. So I've just driven to Domino's. I'm going to pick up some pizza and some cookies, and I'm going to eat them in the garden and enjoy the sunshine. So I've had a few slices of pizza and a couple of cookies, and I've been sat in the garden because it's so hot and sunny. But look at all these weeds on my astroturf, or my artificial grass. So I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time picking them all up. I was so tired yesterday after my 3 days in a row, which I don't do very often. Actually, I don't do it at all. I very rarely have day shifts nowadays. But anyway, I fell asleep really early at like 7:30. I woke up at about 2:30 and then fell back asleep about 7 o'clock just to have a bit more sleep. I've had a lovely lie-in and I've just come outside in the sunshine for a little picnic in the garden. So I have had a quick shower, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and I have put the first wash of the day on. I've just been weeding around the fence border where I'm going to be painting, and I've set up to paint some fences. I have been putting this off for, well, pretty much 3 years. I did paint the fence the first year I moved in. This is the only one that looks bad. I think it just gets abused by the wind a little bit more than the rest. But all the others are still looking pretty great. But this is the situation at the moment. So I wanted to get it painted before this started flowering, but this has literally gone from being branches to this much greenery in like 2 days. So I'm wanting to paint all the pillars, which I won't be able to get to this one now, unfortunately, and all the borders. I did this one as a trial 3 years ago now, and I like how it's worn away. I know it's not going to stay white for forever, which I don't mind, but it's just that they're all different colours around the area. So I'm wanting them all to be sort of this shade, and I'm going to start painting. These are all the weeds that I've just picked up from this borderline, and I'm going to put them in a bag because my garden waste bin is still full. Okay, so I've done one sort of half panel, gone this way a little bit and then gone as high up as I can, and I absolutely love how it's looking. It looks so fresh, so clean. I've made two tiny boo-boos with a little bit of white paint here and here, but I can probably touch that up with some blue paint. I have actually run out of the blue paint, so I do want to touch up a few spaces, especially that one panel that I showed earlier. But absolutely love it. It has taken me half an hour, so this is going to be a long project. I'm going to try and get this wall done today at the very least, potentially this wall, and then do some more on Friday probably. First ice lolly of the year. 7 hours later and I'm looking a little bit worse for wear. I'm covered in paint splatters and I think I've got most of it off, but there are some bits. Anyway, I'm going to jump in the shower and wash my hair and shower and shave and everything else. But I'm really pleased with the way it looks. It looks really neat and tidy. I've not managed to do 2 layers like I'd hoped. I actually think the wall coverage probably doesn't need another layer, but the posts definitely do really. But we'll see how it looks in the daylight because I might be able to just about get away with it. Obviously I need to touch up this one again like I do every year, but the actual posts and the walls I'm really impressed with. This is covered really well. This one's covered well. This is covered well. This one needs a bit of touch up. And then this one actually I think looks the best, but was the most difficult to do. So I definitely won't be doing a second layer on this wall, even if it did need it. But yeah, like I said, I think it's just the posts that need doing. I've also done this side of it, which I don't know if you can tell, but it's all like bumpy and like holes, and yeah, the whole of this was an absolute nightmare, and I had to get like my little paintbrush out to go in all the holes, which took forever. I've just noticed I've not put these pebbles back in yet. I did try to get most of them out, but some of them are a little stuck, so I just ended up painting on them, which isn't the end of the world in all honesty, because it's just pebbles at the end of the day. And I feel like considering I'm not like a DIY person and I don't enjoy gardening at all, that actually looks pretty good, so I'm quite happy. Obviously leaving all of this for the next sunny day I have off, but yeah, got all of this to do, all these posts, and then all the way up the other side of the drive as well. Anyway, I can't even think what this vlog's had in it, what I've been up to last week. I think my dad came, and then just been busy. So thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you next time.